I'm going to show you how to crochet a chain. It's a very basic stitch. It's a foundational stitch really for a lot of things as you crochet. And the great thing about crocheting is when you mess up, you can just pull it out, unravel it, and start again. It's very forgiving. The first thing we're going to do is create a slip stitch. And I take the yarn and I wrap it over my finger and I kind of pinch it right there. And then I pull it, and I'm going to pull this through the back side, but I remove my finger and then pull the loop through that hole, and that creates a slip stitch. Insert my hook and then just tighten it up. All right. And then I'm actually left-handed, but I crochet right-handed. My mother taught me when I was a child, and she was right-handed, so I learned right-handed. So I just automatically know how to wrap the yarn because I crocheted for so many years, decades literally, that I just wrap the yarn this way. And this helps when you wrap the yarn. This finger is really, both of these fingers help to kind of keep the tension on the yarn. You want a little bit of tension. If you don't have it, it's going to be hard to make your stitches look consistent. So just like in sewing on a sewing machine has tension, your pinky helps do that, and your index finger as well. So I have my loop, and now I'm just going to tip my hook, and this is called yarn over. You're putting yarn over your hook. Yarn over, and then pull it through the loop. And I want you to notice something. I'm going to do this a little bit looser, or a little loose so you can see. When I yarn over, after I yarn over and I pull it through, I'm turning my hook so it doesn't get caught on my hook. So notice again, yarn over, and then I'm going to pull it down, and then I'm turning the hook as it approaches the chain or the stitch. Yarn over, pull it through. So notice the turn in the hook. When you are chaining, you don't want to make them so tight because this is a foundational stitch, and chances are you're going to come back and put something in each of these chains, in each of these stitches. And so you don't want to make it so tight you can't insert your hook in there. At the same time, you don't want to make it too loose. And that's why pay attention when you buy yarn, when you purchase a skein of yarn, it will say on the packaging, it'll recommend what yarn hook to use. So I have obviously several different, I just have a whole package of different hooks. You can buy a package of hooks, and it has from one extreme to the other of sizes, and use what's appropriate, what your yarn recommends, at least as a beginning crocheter. That'll help. So the more you do this, the quicker you will be, the more consistent you will be. Your hands will get trained over time, so you can just find your way and continue doing this. I could chain probably 1,000 while I'm watching TV or having a conversation. It just becomes automatic. If you are a beginning crocheter, it's okay. Yours may look a little more inconsistent, might be a little bumpy, some might be larger, some might be smaller. That is okay. The beauty about crocheting is that you can take it out. So if think, oh, I don't like that, I can just pull it, take it out, insert my loop again, and start right over. It's very forgiving. And so again, just loop and try to be as consistent as you can. My loops kind of have the same feel of size each time, but that's taken, a while to really get the feel of that. Sometimes if I'm creating a chain and it's going to be a foundation for a scarf or a hat or something, and it's my first row, sometimes I might make them a little more loose. And that way when I add my single double crochet or bobble stitch or whatever I'm going to do to that, it won't draw up so tight. The tendency is to make your chain a little too tight sometimes. So kind of do it loose so you have room again, because what you're going to do is come back and insert your hook in a single, half double crochet, triple crochet, whatever, all kinds of stitches. There is no end to crocheting and what you can create. So this just gives you a feel. I'm going to keep on crocheting so you can get a sense of it. And then just pay attention to patterns. Typically, they tell you how many to crochet, how many chains, you know, and it'll say like chain 10, chain 20, chain 50, whatever you're making. But over time, you get really fast with it. And so again, that's how you crochet a chain. I hope that is helpful to you. Happy crocheting!